Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about how important are communication skills in the field of finance. The short answer is communication skills are extremely important in the field of finance for a variety of reasons. In the field of finance, you talk to people a lot. You send emails, you write memos, you write documents, procedures, policies, instructions, and so on. So it's not just about the written communication, even verbal communication is very important. Some people confuse communication with your ability to write and speak the English language. In many countries, that is often the case. That is what people think about, but that's not necessarily true. I mean, English may be the language of communication in many places, but let me tell you, communication is a lot more than just being able to write and speak good English. That's important, no doubt about it, but there's much more than that, right? Very important is to be able to articulate what you want to say in a language that people can understand. You should be able to translate technical topics into language which is easy to understand for people, especially the senior stakeholders, which may not be very well versed with the technical lingo. It's very important. In some cases, you will have to sort of criticize other teams. So your language is very important, and you should be straightforward, but at the same time, it shouldn't be very arrogant. It's very important. You should have good listening skills. In many discussions, you will feel that okay, you just want to dominate the discussions. You simply don't want to listen to people. I think that's a big hindrance, and in many areas, especially areas where which are regulated, and finance being very regulated, you have most areas which are very regulated areas. So you have a bit of a conflict of interest in some cases where some people have different interest than your own interest, and there may be arguments because of that for actions. And there it's very important to articulate your point of view, but at the same time listen to other people. Some people struggle with that. Written communication is very important. The documents, model documents in the field of modeling, are very high quality documents. So you should be able to write good quality documents. The quality of model documents is actually as good as the quality of academic document. Doesn't mean that it should be written in academic fashion, in academic way. In fact, academic way of writing is not very encouraged in the industry. In academic way of writing, you build a story and then you conclude at the end, whereas in industry, you start with the conclusion and then explain why you have arrived at this conclusion. So it's a more the pyramid type of writing that is encouraged in the field of industry. However, it's important that the quality is good. I mean, not just the language aspect, but otherwise. I mean, there must be citations wherever you write. Make sure that you have citations. You have mentioned the source. If you're giving an opinion, make sure you have you're written about it, that it's whose opinion, your own personal opinion, team's opinion, bank's opinion, the company's opinion, or whose opinion is this, right? Facts are more valued than the opinion in writing. So very important. Mentioning sources, referring to the sources that you have referred to, very important. Mentioning the details about governance, the stakeholders, in some cases even writing down the minutes of the meetings, summarizing it for use and audit, very important. That's all part of the communication, written communication. Sometimes you will have to do everything on your own, especially writing a memo. There won't be people working with you, but model documentation is usually a teamwork, and there are instructions in place which you have to follow. In most banks, most financial service organizations, you have readily available instructions in place how to write good quality documents, right? But in some departments, you may not have a well-defined set of rules. In that kind of scenario, you have to set up your own rules, how to write a good quality document, how to uh, how to make good presentations even. So to answer the question, yes, communication skills are very important. And how to sort of improve the communication skills? It's not easy to improve communication skills. Unlike hard skills, soft skills are not easy to improve. I have struggled all my life, but there are, there are ways to improve your communication skills. First, to first have a mentor, or coach who can help you with that. Do some courses on communication skills. But I think you also learn through experience. So first few years you might struggle a bit, but after a while, if you have that learning mentality, you'll be able to improve it. At least the written communication skill is something that can be improved quite easily. I think some people struggle a bit with the verbal communication skills, simply because sometimes we lose our temper, we are not attentive, or we simply don't have the patience. We don't know how to use the right words. We sometimes get nervous. So these are human qualities, and verbal communication is very spontaneous, right? So that's also a bit difficult to improve compared to written communications, where you can make use of different tools, AI tools nowadays. Well, in many organizations you cannot use AI tools for writing, but at least you can learn things from those AI tools and then make use of those skills while writing. So to summarize, communication skills are super important for any career nowadays, but certainly for a career in the field of finance. Thanks, guys.